Welcome to Roam Hunt. This is going to be the second episode, and we got the crew. The Roam crew is on tonight. There is 6 of us, so it might be a little chaotic. Hopefully everything comes out good, but it took a lot of coordinating to get all of us here tonight. I was the late one, so I'm sorry about that. But starting out, let's go with the Southern guy. Who we got here?
That's me. I'm Brad.
And
I'm
then we
kind of
have
Southern. I'm Southern transplant.
yeah, but you're below the Mason-Dixon line. Or no, you're not. Is Tennessee? How southern is Tennessee?
Yes,
Like,
it's there.
is
all
there?
the
Because
way.
I've been to like part of Tennessee and they sound normal. They don't even sound southern.
You sound normal. Good Lord.
Like you.
If you'd been to Brad's house,
look-
it's definitely in the South.
Look, like I said, I'm a transplant. I didn't grow up here. I've been here for 10, 14 years. So I feel like I could start claiming.
You almost whistle when you talk, so you're getting close. And then we have someone that lives near Ann Arbor. Who's that guy? Michigan.
Who is that?
You? Don't you live by Ann Arbor?
Not even close. I live an hour away.
That's pretty close compared to the rest of us.
He lives in Bedrock.
You're
Flint
east
Town.
side of the state, Flint
Yeah.
Town. Sorry, Joe.
No, yeah. Hi, I'm Joe. The
David.
creative,
We call him Otis.
the former creative director.
The brainchild behind Rome, digital Rome.
Yeah, sure.
All right, we got the Muskegon. Who's been to Muskegon longest? Is it Eric or Adam? Who's been in the?
Eric's
who's lived
older.
there? All right, you guys both lived there your whole life.
Yeah.
All right, well, it's Eric. Introduce yourself.
Eric Nelson from West Michigan.
And then the other Muskegon guy, the second oldest guy,
Yeah, Adam.
Adam. And then the young gun. We got the young gun here.
That's you,
Jake. Jake, yes.
You said
This
two
is a very
Muskegon guys.
riveting
There's
podcast.
3 of
You're,
them.
you're really driving this conversation.
I'm trying.
man.
It's hard when you got 6 people trying to go through.
I think maybe you need to go
Anyways.
back to Michigan Wild. Like this is.
Yeah.
Maybe this ain't for
Why
you.
are we
I don't
the
know.
second episode? I want to know why. Who is
Sorry.
the first?
EJ Riley was the first.
My God, DJ. I
So-
We
can't
got
believe
big
with
time.
that,
I
On
but
know.
our own
big
shit.
time.
We got big time.
Big
yeah,
time.
wow.
I blew us off last week.
Exactly. Actually, I recorded with him yesterday. So, you guys were only a day late. So it's totally fine. But anyways, this is the Rome crew. These are, oh, shoot. I feel like I'm the new one to the friend group. So it's kind of weird to be the guy that's running the podcast side of things. But Adam Miller, he is what we call him, the puppet master with networking and getting all of us guys together. And we have him to thank for this friendship through here. So, and Adam, I mean, shoot, Adam, like, have you always had like the mindset of like wanting to have like a deer camp friendship kind of vibe through the hunting season? Because that's kind of how all of this friendships all started, was like guys having fun, hunting deer, shooting stuff, and then you started Patreon Hunt a handful of years ago, and that's kind of where all these friendships kind of were born.
I don't know. I don't think it was like always like the whole idea was like, oh, I want to have like a deer camp or anything like that. I do remember like, I think it all stemmed from like when I met my father-in-law, and like he just had so much hunting stuff that it was like insane, and like nobody needed that much hunting stuff. Like no, and it's ironic that I have 10 times more stuff than he have ever had right now. But so then when like I had friends that didn't hunt or that were like, I used to hunt or I want to get into it, I would just tell everybody like, hey, if you want to hunt, like we got extra stuff if you want to come along. And I got a couple guys into it, and then it just kind of snowballed from there. But there's that family, all they do is hunt and fish, so it was real easy to get like integrated. And then this started, and then with my personality of like just wanted to talk to everybody, it's just easy for me to talk.
Yeah. And I think like the first few like episodes of Boner Chronicles, I remember you just saying, hey, I got all these saddles, I got all these climate sticks. If anyone, reach out to me if you want to try one. And you like have like a revolving saddle. Like it was like that book of the traveling pants. It's like you had the traveling saddles. Like guys would just be borrowing equipment, and then they'd use it for a little bit, and the next guy would need it and they would send it off. I mean, how many years ago did you start doing that?
From the get-go. I mean, 8 years ago. I still have them that are out there like that. I'm trying to get back. Like, but from like I guess maybe like a selfish standpoint, right? But what better marketing really is it? Like, you can only sit in one saddle at a time. You can only hunt out of one. You only need one. So, and I needed to know how all of them felt or worked or whatever to be able to speak on them intelligently, to say like what was the differences. But then at the same time, like if somebody's like, hey, I don't want to spend money on this or whatever, I want to try it, be like, hey, I'll just send it to you. And people are like baffled. Like, those are expensive. Like, you're going to send it to me? Like, yeah, I don't care. And, I'm in a position with like my life and whatever that if it disappears, then whatever, like then that's karma on you. That's like that's a problem. But if you get it, you're going to have all your buddies over and be like, hey, I got this. And where'd you get it? Oh, this guy sent it to me. Like, really? Why? Like, I mean, it gets people talking and whatever. So, I mean, it just sort of worked out from that aspect of it. So,
yeah, I think that if you can tell, that's kind of how Adam's always been. Like, let's see how many people we can help out here. It's not a individual lone ranger kind of a thing. It's like a group kind of, let's all succeed together. So Eric, how did your friendship with Adam kind of start? You guys are the similar age, and were you one of the guys that took some mobile hunting equipment from him, or you guys been friends for a long time?
So actually, yeah, I knew Adam in high school, so I get rides to vocational once in a while. But
Was
I
that
did
you
actually,
guys and Moses, or
no, it was us and Kip.
gosh, yeah, Kip was a teacher. But I did actually use a saddle of Adam's for a whole year. The first year I saddle hunted, it was a TX.
Nice. So did you guys like do any hunting and fishing in high school together then?
No, he just used me for rides.
You had something he needed and he took advantage of
Yeah,
it.
yep.
Oh, that's great. So
And actually,
when did the hunting relationship kind of like form then?
so our wives ended up working together, and then we all hung out one night, and then I don't know, it just started from there, I guess. Started talking about hunting together and hanging out.
So when did you find out he did a podcast? Was this before a podcast, or is this after Adam already had been doing a podcast?
Yeah, that was before the podcast started.
So what was it like when he started doing a podcast 8 years ago or whatever it was? Were you like, what the heck are you doing, Adam? Did you guys have that
Yeah, I
kind of
did.
relationship?
No, I don't know. I thought it was cool, but yeah, it was different. But back then there wasn't podcasts like there is now, they're all over. So I didn't
And
even
it's
really
funny,
know what it was then.
like even like now, it isn't something that I'm like, oh, hey, I got a podcast. Hey, check my podcast out. I'm not like Joe Davis where I'm like, hey, look at this, look at this, look at this. Come try out my podcast. You got to listen. You got to listen. Like, I don't want people to know that I have a podcast. It's not my thing. It's just, it's just something that I do. And then it just ends up that way, and I think that's the hardest part. And I don't understand how people like put like so much into it, like that don't like separate their podcasting life and their real life. Cause like in the past, like in this month of January, I've been at our Bowman's Club. Like, I mean, I'm the vice president of the Bowman's Club. I've been at the Bowman's Club 15 times in 30 days. And I've posted about it 0 times. I've shot my bow, X amount of times. I've done all that shit. But it isn't like, look at me, this is what I'm doing, blah, 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 blah. It's, you know what I mean? So even when we started out, it was like a weird thing because they're like nobody was doing podcasts, and it was like, it still is like, I don't know what I'm talking about or doing anything. It's like, not like, look at me, like, look how good I am. Like, fuck, no, that ain't it.
No,
Not like Joe Davis. Not like that.
Joe
Well,
Davis.
as a creative director or a former creative director, we have to start filming myself and say, look at me, look at me, look at me. I mean, you're doing it. Just hit the record button. Blur your face. I don't care. Take
Blur
a
your
video
face.
of something. Just take it.
Take it.
Let me take a little picture.
So the other Muskegon guy, Jake. So how did you get in with this crew? I kind of know how Brad and Joe did, but I don't know how Jake. I can't remember the backstory other than I think I might know what it is. It has something to do with an archery or a pro shop, maybe, but I don't know if that's right or not.
It's not right.
Okay, how did it happen then, Jake?
Well, we shot one night at the club,
Okay,
and then it was just a mutual friend that we had, and then we all shot together, and I was like, okay, and then I just was
Never
there.
left.
never
It's
left.
just always been
No, it's
around.
kind of like that like lost dog thing, that they like picked up on the side of the road, and he was like, oh, you can just come with me, and then it's just been that way ever since.
Nice. So when you what time, like what point were you at in your like life of hunting? Because I know you had a lot of other hobbies, dirt bikes and stuff like that. And you kind of made a switch to like get rid of dirt bikes. I'm going full on deer hunting. Was it like during that time or was it before that?
Yeah, it was that time. So like, this is before I had the kid. So like 2019, 2020, somewhere in that time frame.
Nice. Just happened to be at the club. I like that.
Mhm.
I thought maybe it had something to do with the pro shop because Frank's ties with the pro shop or something. I know your family had some stuff. I thought maybe there's a little crossover there.
Like that never crossed over.
Oh, okay.
Because like I didn't know Frank, and because Frank, they did everything through like Johnson's, and I've been
Gotcha.
into Johnson's like 5 times in my whole life.
Gotcha. Well, that's cool. Well, so it's kind of similar to how me and you met for the first time, just at a trade show. And I was like, oh, hey, what's up? I'm Nate. And you're like, I'm
Yeah.
Jake. And it's like, we're now best friends. And yeah, this is never talk deer hunting. I like it. And then we got me, Joe, and Brad over there. We kind of just formed the friendship just through listening to you on a podcast, Adam. I think we are the byproducts of Boner Chronicles. I believe, unless I'm wrong. You can interject if you want, Brad
that
or
whole
Joe.
like saddle thing, like Brad was like trying to buy a saddle off of Facebook, and I was like, because that's another thing that I would used to do is like, if you were on Facebook like asking about saddles, like every Tom, Dick, and Harry said that their saddle was the best, like whatever one they purchased was the best, and I was like, these fucking guys don't know anything about like, you could just tell like, oh, this guy's like sponsored by Tethered, this guy is sponsored by Trophy Line, and there wasn't this many companies out there, so it was just like, this is the best, this is the best, this is the best. And Brad was just like, hey, I'm thinking about getting this one, does anybody know? And be like, hey, does anybody have a cruiser? No, but I have this Tethered. Well, Tethered sucks, and I have this Trophy Line. So I just message people and be like, hey, if you got questions, like, let me know. Like, I got nothing to sell you, I don't care, but I got all of them if you have any questions. And so then that's how I met Brad. And that's basically it.
Weird flex.
I think, right? I slid into his DMs.
You're like, I got all of them. What you need, what you want.
So what do you think, Brad? Does that sound about right?
Yeah, that was I was looking at a marketplace deal, and then I bought a marketplace deal, and it was entirely too big. It was like an extra large, and I was like, "What's anybody know about Cruiser?" And it was like Adam said, it was during that Tethered like Manus boom, like I think the Phantom had just come out, and everyone was all, Tethered's the best thing that's ever happened to ever. I was like, well, Cruiser's from here, and it was during COVID, and they were going to let me go. I was actually going to go tour the facility for my YouTube page and whatever. And they're only a couple hours away. Adam hit me up and was like, yeah, I have 317 saddles if you have any questions. And then, I don't know, it was I became like the lost puppy. Like Jake said, he never went away. I think that was me. I just kind of showed up, and then, we go to shows or whatever, and people are like, so where do you fall in all that? I was like, oh, I'm just Adam Shadow. I'm just here to look good. And
well, and it's funny because we
strike
have
up
the stuff from
conversation.
like the Muskegon, like from the Bowman's Club, and they're like, oh, you're with the Bowman's Club? And he's like, I'm from Tennessee.
Absolutely not. Yeah, sorry. That was
And then we were in Wisconsin, and somebody like runs up to Brad, and they're like, you're the Bowhunter Chronicles guy? Like, oh my God. Like, can I get a picture? And Brad's like, I'm not
the guy.
I love it. So what, I guess before we go over to Joe, so from getting a saddle from a random dude in Michigan while you're living in Tennessee, how did that transpire to you, like coming and hunting at the Patreon hunt for the first time?
Oh no. So I didn't get a saddle from Adam. So I
Oh,
bought,
you didn't?
like I said, I bought a marketplace one, and then we talked a bunch, and then ended up buying a cruiser from the factory. I don't know. Like I said, I just never went away.
Just never went
Well,
away from that.
So I don't know if he got into our Patreon group, but he was in another Patreon group and got immediately kicked out.
No. Yeah,
And
no. I was in yours. I was in yours first. I got kicked out for talking about yours and how awesome it was.
so then we talked about that.
So you joined
we-
Patreon, and that's and then you're like,
Yeah.
all right, I want to go to Michigan and shoot, where the giant bucks live and go enjoy a deer camp.
That was it. Yeah,
that's
Adam.
how it
Well, and
started.
it was his. So Adam finally let out hey, I'm the Buckner Chronicles guy, and I was like, yeah, I don't listen to podcasts. Those are gay. Like I ain't listening to podcasts. And then it turned into me actually listening to the only thing I'd know about podcasts at that point was, I don't even know, just that it was for the only ones I knew about were well, I guess I was at that point I was listening to the Whitetail Legacy guys, Cody and Homie and them. And I was in pretty good with them. Adam was like, yeah, I have another one. I was like, no, Whitetail Legacy for life, bro. I'm not about that life. Then I started listening to Adam's stuff, and then listening to his intro and talking about the Patreon and whatever. And I was like, well, I need to be included, because Cody and Homie's deal was they had a Snapchat group that didn't have the Marco Polo, and it was only 10 guys. So if you got in that group, you were prestigious. It was a big deal. And I weaseled my way into that. And then Adams was like, you could pay $10 to be my friend. And I was like, wow, that sounds like such a great idea.
And then you started hunting Michigan.
And then the
you're
Patreon. I could have came to that first hunt, and I remember very distinctly telling my wife, I think I'm gonna go to Michigan and hang out with these guys. My wife was like, you're an idiot. These are how episodes of Snap, or not Snap, but one of them, ID shows start, where dude shows up to Michigan to go to this deer hunting camp with guys he's never met from the internet and gets murdered and raped or whatever.
It's really a cult. They're sacrificing lambs at the fire.
Yeah. So flash forward a year later, I was like, hey, I think I'm going to do this. And she was like, well, okay, you've been talking to these guys for a while now. I think it should be okay. But I'm sure if she tells you the story, it's probably she was worried the entire time that I was going to get murked somewhere.
So then, Joe, where do you how did you get in that friendship? Same way as Brad, or what? Do you have some sort of epiphany with the Bowhunter Chronicles?
I think I remember just getting on Instagram, and then I messaged Adam one time because he was coming back from Colorado, and he did a story. And I said, "Are you gonna go back out there?" I didn't oh yeah, you got a tag. You're just gonna go out there for a week and then come back, right? And then go back out there. That's what I thought it was. I've never been out there, and then I don't know, so I just followed him or something, and then I just started listening to his podcast, and then eventually, like I said, it's Brad is talking about the Patreon, and I was like, well, I guess I'll do that. And then he was like, I think right when I joined, you were like, hey, I'm gonna clear out all this for for the hunting camp and all that. I was like, oh, I want to do it. My hunting camp, the closest person in age is 24 years older than me. So it's I was like, I would like to go around some younger guys. So I said, hey, I'll go help you clear it out. And then I just kind of stuck around.
Is that when you murdered all the whole Doe family group or something on that? Hunt?
Well,
yeah.
But then,
well, they hazed me because I was I thought we're going up there, we're hunting deer and stuff. People were like, hey, we're gonna go up there, and so I'm going, and I'm letting spikes go, and everybody's like, oh, I haven't seen nothing. I'm like, oh. And I watched this little fawn and mom come by, and I was like, I ain't shooting that. And then I think John called me a bitch, and then I was like, from that day, I was like, say less. Next group came by, smoked them.
all
of
Joe,
them.
I know
Yeah,
your
all of
podcast
them.
fell flat, but you don't have to say Gen Z stuff like say less or Riz or nothing. You don't have to stay that relevant, boss. It's okay.
I was just trying to, Yeah, I'm just trying to hide these gray spots on my
But
beard.
but the whole thing kind of like took a dark turn because I'm like the opposite of Joe's sponsor. Like I took him to
Oh yeah,
Harrisburg, and apparently he wasn't drinking for a while or something. And then it was like, hey, here's the latitude, guys. We should have like 1,000 beers. He's like, nah, I don't think we should. I'm like,
I feel like we're
well,
all kind of bad influences on Joe.
yeah.
well, I
Trying to make me eat
didn't, but I didn't
fries
know
and
that he was like straight edge. I mean, he's got a lot of tattoos, but I didn't see all the X's.
yeah. I think the best thing about Harrisburg was like literally like when we were talking about planning on it, because you're like, hey, you want to come down there? And I was like, sure. You're just like, okay, there's two things we can do. You know, we can get two different paths of this. So we can stay in this nice one, but it's kind of not so fun. It's a nice hotel, or we can stay in this uh, rent by the hour motel hotel and have a great time. I was like, we'll do the great time one, and I'm kind of glad we did because that was probably one of the funnest times and kind of craziest time. I mean, fighting homeless people over pizza and stuff, and
Captain Crunch,
hospital dropping off patients.
syrup. Never thought syrup was a currency until you're at Harrisburg.
Oh man, yeah. But yeah, I mean, eventually I just kind of just tagged along, and I had a podcast for a while, and I retired from that, and Adam was kind of my mentor on that to help me launch it to another level, if you want to say.
Yeah. Yeah, my involvement kind of happened after you guys are all friends already. Started Michigan Wild like 2.5 years ago, and had already been listening to like a lot of the Michigan podcasts. And like Adam, I'd been listening to Boner Chronicles for a while, and you're always like the gear guy to me. Like if I wanted to learn more about certain saddles or every time you went to ATA, you always had like great podcasts kind of in and around there. A lot of shooting stuff. John would drop some nuggets of information on your podcast. So I didn't listen to every single episode, but I listened to a lot. So I know when I started hosting Michigan Wild, I knew I wanted to get Joe on because I listened to your podcast, also Joe at the time, and we had both shared a camp in Wyoming through the Working Class Bowhunter guys. So I wanted to talk to
But
you.
not at the same time.
Not at the same time,
so.
but we were like a year or two apart, I think.
No,
on that.
I think you were like a week later than me.
Oh,
year,
really? I can't. We were close. I think I went 23 is when I hunted. So I don't know what year you hunted. You went 22?
I went 21, 22. So
Yeah,
okay, maybe it was a year later. So I thought it was just a week later. So
no.
sorry.
So I never reaching out to you and wanted to do a podcast about that. And then I never, Adam, the first time me and you podcasted, I didn't know really what to expect, right? I just never communicated with you other than listening to you. And we started talking. I think we recorded for like an hour and a half, and then we talked like an hour after. And I was like, okay, like I like this guy. We're very different. You were busting my balls instantly. So I was like, all right, we can be friends. Like he gets it. This pharmacist guy actually knows how to like talk to trades guys. I love it. And then that was kind of like sparked the interest. And I remember doing after that podcast, I was like, I might have already been on the Patreon page, like, because I have supported a lot of guys' stuff before I even started Michigan Wild, but I had the Patreon stuff with you, and I heard you talk about your camp and like that stuff. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Like I would like to do that one time. And then just one of the Facebook pages or something, I put a rest for sale, and this Brad guy messaged me and was like, oh, I'll buy that rest. And that was the worst financial decision he's probably ever made, because I think that rest is a piece of crap from what sounds of it.
No,
but,
that rest is completely fine. It's still on the bow and it works fine.
Okay, good. I just hear you complain about it sometimes, so I didn't know. But me and Brad became friends because he bought one of my rests. And then, yeah, me and Joe did a podcast and hit off right away talking about like target archery a little bit and kind of making fun of some tack guys because I'd never been to a tack before, and I never asking Joe some questions about that. And then Jake met at the Kalamazoo Mobile Hunter Show. We talked, dude, I don't know how long me and your dad talked for. It had to be like over an hour straight. We were just talking all whitetails, and your dad just like seems like one of those guys, just like a sleeper, like a total like understands where to find bucks kind of a thing. And then been to Patreon, hunt twice now and met everyone. That's where I met Eric. The first time was there. I remember the first year I met you, I was like, I've heard you on a podcast. Like I wanted to talk to you like more. And you were just like this guy that was just there and just gone. just there and gone. I'm like, where's Eric? Like, and I never asked Adam. I was like, where's Eric? Because like I want to talk to him, and he's just, he's just sometimes he's kind of quiet.
Well, no, you
Doesn't
were
really want to
sick
talk.
the first year.
Is that what it was?
I was sick and I went home the one night. Year
Yeah.
before last, that was the year you were there. So
Yeah, that's what happened.
I disappeared quick.
Yeah, so I was pretty bummed. I remember being bummed. I was like, I wanted to pick Eric's brain a little bit more about some stuff. But yeah, then I guess fast forward to now, we kind of formed Rome over a year ago, kind of now. That was something. Has it been a year, Adam, or has it been longer when we started talking about it?
I don't know. There was snow on the ground when we went over to your house.
Yeah, so that was before ATA, right?
It was right around there.
Or was it right around there? Because I know when we were going there. So,
oh no, it was before ATA. Because when we were at ATA, Brad was like, "We got this thing. It's called Rome. We need all your free stuff."
Yeah, that's right. Yes.
So
it's been over a year, and I know me and Adam were talking about wanting to film stuff, and I was doing the podcast, using the podcast, just talking about like, there's no way I can do, filming and the podcast by myself. And you were kind of like shared the same thing, and then you're like, well, Joe and me have already been kind of talking about something, and it's like, we know we can get Brad will do whatever we say. Like Brad's like, oh, I get discounted stuff or maybe free stuff, I'm in. Like we got him, and the next thing you know, we got Rome.
And then I was like, well, I got these two guys. They probably can't film very good, but they can kill big deer. And I was half right.
Who are those guys?
Well, I said I was half right.
Hey, he can film the deer, just can't kill him. That's the problem Eric's got going on.
Yeah, he can find them for sure.
I can find them. You guys want me to put you on some deer next year or what?
Yeah, sometimes he can't
just come
see
back
the
down.
deer.
I mean, you already got
He
a
can't see
week of
him, but
intel.
There's some great footage of a arrow coming off a string, and these bucks just walking through the broad. Like, not gonna lie, Eric, I hear through text message, you hear the story about seeing these bucks and was in bow range, but didn't get a shot off because there's branches in the way. And here I am thinking it must be just really thick where he's at. And the video of this buck is like just walking in broad daylight. It looks like, I'm like, how can you not shoot him? Like, he's right there. And that was pretty much Eric's season this year. But just to kind of like go back a little before we get into our season, we talked about filming and doing these things, and I know now that season one is done from filming, and I mean, you guys can all share your thoughts, but I had way more fun than I ever thought I could have doing it. And really, I got you guys to thank for that. Like Joe being the guy that you could ask all these questions to kind of like help our learning curves, and just having, the accountability with each other, even though I feel like I let you guys all down many times, even though I got a bunch of kills on film. I still just never good enough, kind of thing. But I really enjoyed it. And I think we had we've been, putting a lot of content out there, and that path of filming this fall and led to the decision of me to stop doing Michigan Wild and then pursue this avenue with the Roam Outdoors podcast and doing the Roam Hunt version of that. And you guys are going to be very involved with that moving forward too. But yeah, what a fun fall.
So I mean, for me, like you said it, like it was really difficult to try to like balance everything. Like, oh, you got to video stuff, you want to do content, you want to do this, you want to do that. And like Jake and I had the conversation like on the way to ATA, and I kind of alluded to it before, like fucking hate, like even like we got a lot of content out there, like content for content's sake is bullshit, right? But I think like at the root of it, like being able to share your experiences, I think is what is really important. And to be able to do that well, I think is what we are moving towards. And I think we've gotten a lot better at that. And it's not necessarily content for content's sake. Like, me filming Eric when we were in Kansas, like we didn't see a fucking deer. Like it's probably my fault. But like I really enjoyed like videoing the whole thing. I don't think I had my 360 running. Maybe I did. I didn't really look at that footage yet. But there's got to be some funny stuff when I got to the tree and didn't have my saddle.
Or when you went in the water crossing that canal.
Yeah. When I went in the water.
Adam,
but like being able to share that stuff that we did, not just to be like, oh, look at me doing this. Oh, hey, film me doing this. Hey, but just like being able to like show what we did and share that experience. Like our camp was so much fun in Kansas. Like the freaking Patreon camp, and I'm going to get that filmed this year. Like that's number one, is to have the Patreon camp like filmed, that we don't have to do it. So to have it put together so it doesn't take us out of it. Me and Brad just freaking cracking up in the tree. Me and Nate cracking up in the tree. Nate and Troy cracking up in the tree. Joe and Eric dinking around, laughing.
With Matt too.
Launching arrows. Like
swimming in mud.
Yeah.
Poor Matt.
Poor Joe in Kansas. Like, don't need any boots. Don't need any boots.
Should be fine.
You should
But
get
just
dry.
that whole part of it, like, when you're like, oh, we put out a lot of content like that, I think does it a disservice, because we got to share, like, what you're really saying is we got to share what we did this season.
Exactly. Yeah.
Instead of like just doing like a kind of a shitty job self-filming. We did some of that too, but we got to like get a little bit better, do a little bit more. And we're getting better. And I think that was the point of doing all of this, is to be able to share what we're doing more than just be like, oh, look at the content.
Yeah,
we fucking killed like 15 animals.
Yeah,
or
we
17
killed stuff. We killed stuff. And it's not like it's not the content. It's not just you going you've been to the club 15 times shooting your bow. It's not like, oh, there's 15 reels of Adam just, shooting the, targets or doing like this. This is like the stuff we were sharing is like, you can look at it. Like I was from the beginning of the year, we got a bear kill all the way to what we have this year with Kansas trip and the Patreon hunt. I've like been going through a lot of the footage, like still got a couple videos I've been working on, and man, I was laughing so hard, just like those little clips of us, like me and Adam together, like there you are with this camera, the 360 rolling, and like you like straddled the tree while you're trying to film me shoot this button buck with your bow, like just a cool experience that is made it all worth it, just going through there. And I know before this year, like Joe probably is the only one that's really had the most experience with like kind of diving into the film and stuff. I mean, I know Adam's you got a bunch of like turkey kills and stuff like that, but from like the stuff we've done, kills is the wrong word. Shooting at a lot of turkeys. Yeah, shooting at turkeys. To like this year to see like that part of it, it's like, wow, we took a big step forward after this season, and it's fun and it's cool. And I do want to ask Jake down here, the guy that had done no filming or anything, and Eric, what was your guys' kind of opinion on this year, and like what you kind of thought going into the season? Because I know Jake was on a bender for the last couple of years, and then we're like, all right, you're doing really good, now I'll try to film it. And I guess how did you like that, Jake?
Filmed last year.
You did? Oh yeah, you did. You got but not the same as this year, right? Or did you do the same thing?
It was the same as this year.
Was it? Okay. So how many years have you been filming then? Was last year or 2 years ago your first year?
I mean, half-ass. I've been filming for 2 years.
Yeah. There you go. That's what I was looking for. I mean, but you're filming stuff like on a consistent basis. You never would think about rolling a camera and then do anything with that footage unless you killed something up until this year.
Yeah, no. Just delete it.
Yeah, delete it. You never thought about, make like a little reel out of something or any of that stuff. So did you feel like, was it weird getting filmed? I guess was another thing too, or like filming other people. Like, is that something? What did you think about that?
Well, I just filmed myself. Like I never hunted with anybody this year. I mean, I filmed Eric a little
Joe
bit.
followed you around with a camera this year though, and last year a little bit, didn't he?
No, because I told him to leave the camera in the car.
Remember that reel I just put out that said "do hood rat shit with my friends"?
Yeah,
Sometimes you can't bring a camera.
You don't want a camera.
That's right. I remember now. So
it was secret. We were going doing secret spot stuff.
But I did film you like
Okay, yeah, that is true.
recovering that deer, and then I mean you got filmed in Kansas like doing the recovery and like all that stuff.
I did.
Mm-hmm. There's some sweet footage of you walking around, looking at your
I mean,
buck and stuff.
after, yeah. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
you walked over there by yourself, but
Yeah.
after the fact.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. No, it's been fun though. Like it's cool. I just don't want it to be plastered everywhere. That's the weird thing.
Mm. Mm.
It's fine.
It's fine.
I think our 4 followers that one's
What?
included is my mom, so I don't think she's gonna go down to Kansas and shoot your deer. Jake, I think you're fine.
Well, I
Cool
mean,
part of
dude, the
it-
Kansas deer, that ain't my worry. I mean, none of the deer are the worry. I just don't like it.
I think
Never been a fan of it.
one of the coolest parts, Jake, is when your son is your age, he can watch those videos. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
That's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Well, and even like when you talk about like that, Eric, like when I recovered that deer with Jake, it was Jake, his son, his
Right.
wife, his dad, and his uncle all out there recovering that deer. So
Right.
like having that video, even if you don't have to watch the whole hour or whatever it took us to find it, like if you just have like a little clip of it, like, you know, that's still going to be super cool.
Mm-hmm.
So
And it's funny because Jake Downs, he just posted a picture of him and his son with their bows, and they had game bags over their back like they're Santa Claus. They just killed a javelina like somewhere in Arizona or somewhere, New Mexico. And he was like, said something about all the haters, and he always calls himself a douche fluencer, blah, blah, blah. And like I messaged him and I was like, dude, I was like, when in 40 years, when I'm dead and you're dead and all the haters are dead, that picture is going to be on your kid's desk somewhere, and he's going to be remembering this awesome trip that he had with his dad. So like, fuck everybody else, you know? And so who cares who sees it? Who cares whatever? Because someday that's going to be important, you know?
yeah, who cares about all the misses you had this year, Eric? No one cares about
Yeah,
that.
I don't care. That's behind me now.
The guy
He didn't even miss. He didn't even get an arrow
There he
off.
is.
I mean, I guess the arrow fell off.
the arrow fell
I
off.
still look
yes.
for your arrow in Tennessee.
Thanks, Brad.
So
I
look
keep
for
looking
it.
for it, man. I got one out there with it now. I mean,
And
I
I-
lost mine walking through that shit, but the same difference.
And I just want to talk to Eric because, like, is that really the first doe you've ever shot? You got on film? That's the first doe
Yes.
ever. I mean, how cool is that?
Yep,
You know what I mean?
first
That
one
you were
ever.
able to do that. And is that like your reaction and your whole passion you have on that? I mean, dude, that's right
I
there
don't know.
is why we do this. Like that, I love that.
I didn't really like how my boobs were shaking in that video.
Well, there's an off season. You can work on that.
All right, I'm gonna make
Can
a
I?
note. Make a note. We have to have less boobs on the Roam
Yeah.
Syndicate YouTube page.
Yeah.
If
Might
we
get
had more
kicked off.
boobs, though, like real boobs, we'd have way more followers.
Probably.
So what led
So
you
you want
to
Eric to do trans?
trans?
It's a whole place we haven't tapped. I figured Joe, if anybody, would be that. But
Yeah, taken care of. All right, Joe, I want you to tell us, you're the creative director. So what is before we dive into like each one of our seasons, kind of want to do like how many shots were fired and how many kills we end up getting. I think by the end of this, you're the creative director. You're the guy with the most filming. How do you feel about this year with the stuff that we
I
did
mean,
for
I
2025?
don't know. You guys don't tell me what you guys got on film. I'll probably have to go look in the drive, but I don't have a number, so what we got on film. So, like, I think the biggest thing that we are, transitioning into a group is that, kind of cover like what do we want to be as a channel, you know what I mean? The self filming's cool, but when we partner up, it's a lot better. So like, are we trying to just be relevant and just push out videos real quick? Like, hey, this happened 2 weeks ago, or are we trying to, do full edits on some of these videos? And I think we're trying to get to the point where we're doing full, music and all this stuff and get stuff like that. And I think we got some of that stuff going to bring into the following season. I think that, it's just hard. Like, you want to get the stuff out there. You want it to be, but it's hard to sit on stuff for 6, 7 months. But if we put out our Kansas hunt, maybe, I don't know, in like a month or something like that, no one's gonna watch it. No one cares about deer right now. So it's kind of one of them things like, well, we might as well take this time and really perfect it and all that. But I had a blast. I didn't kill a deer on film or nothing, but like hanging out in the trees with Adam, and well, sometimes we were in a tree and sometimes we weren't. Sometimes we were running down a creek bed, but
Did you think you would film off your back this year? Was that in the bingo cards? To
no,
film
that was
laying on your
not.
back?
Yeah,
Okay.
I didn't think I was to be on my back, not hitting record and looking at the wrong deer.
Looking at the
That,
wrong deer. I was
yeah,
just talking about that today.
I still can't get over that whole sequence of events you guys had in Kansas. I hope you got enough footage somehow to like
no,
tie in that. You don't. Oh man, it's so sad.
that's something. I
So
don't know.
sad.
Well, I'll have to look at I looked at some of the Kansas footage so far, but nothing like really dived in there to. But I know that wasn't recorded. But I don't even know how you could record that. I mean, a 360 maybe could show some of it, but that was probably one of the wildest sequence of my life. I can't even I try to explain it to people, and they're like, yeah, that sounds all right. I'm like, dude, you don't fucking understand. It was
I
like,
just can't believe that you were looking at a different deer than I was looking at. Like, I was talking about it last night. Like, looking through that hole, I'm looking at the deer that's like, he was 60 yards away, then he was 40 yards away, then he was 20 yards away, then he's 10 yards away. And you're like, you can't shoot through that hole. Like, you'll never make it. And I'm like, I can fucking feel like I can grab the deer. You're like, yeah. Like,
I'm looking at the other deer that's 20 yards away in a hole like this, and I can't even get focus on my camera. I'm like, this guy wants to squeeze an arrow through that. Not a good idea. And then to find out that deer was 2 steps away from my head, and I didn't even see it. I don't know, dude.
and he was half the size of the one that.
Dude, I seen him when he was across the field and all that, but I don't.
It's like the
Maybe
buck fever was strong.
dude.
Yeah,
I
and
don't
he
even
had a
have.
camera. He had a
Mhm.
Yeah.
17,000-pound camera.
Yeah.
So Joe, how many shots did you take this year at animals?
I killed with a
Okay.
gun, so didn't get it on film. I just shot him with a gun. Frustrated with everything, so I just went out there and
Took your vengeance out on some does.
I mean, I think I would like that's the week I left the group chat and all that. So you guys know, I quit, and
Joe
it's like,
quit the band.
yeah,
I didn't even
quit the
know. I didn't
band.
even know you did that. So I'm sorry. I didn't even realize.
No,
My bad.
I quit the band, and I was
I
like,
didn't even know
this.
you killed anything. I was just thinking you had one miss this year. So
No, I
how
killed
come
2
we didn't
doe.
razz Joe about killing stuff not on film? But like, heaven forbid, I shot one and
I wasn't on the team, so you can't really razz me when I already
He's
quit.
not no camera Nate.
Yeah.
I know I was going to ask you, you said like, oh, Kansas, and we killed a bear. And I was like, yeah, and we got that awesome, like very picturesque Wyoming footage.
It's beautiful, man. It's burned into my memory like no other. So you
Yeah.
took 3 shots at critters and you killed 2, right, Joe? I'm making a
Yeah.
tally so we can keep track of it.
Yeah, I
All
got
right.
one on, I guess, on somewhat film. It was a dumb shot, I guess. Something I tried to squeeze in there and didn't.
But that was like one of your best bow hunting days you've had in a while,
Yeah,
right? That
Yeah,
day.
that was probably one of my best sits in a long time. I mean, seeing multiple shooters, having, I don't know, 15 bucks probably in bow range and all this, but dude, it was a crappy season for me, but I think a lot of my times, like taking a week off for Kansas and not to have a weapon, when you come back, you're basically, dad duty for me. So like, I'm all right. I'm all right with that because I told these guys I wanted. That's why I didn't even apply for Kansas. I was like, I want to just go down with the camera, and I'm not like I'm some name hero or whatever you want to call it. I wanted to really capture what we did, and I think we did a pretty good job of trying to be, a channel or content creators or whatever you want to call it down there, and I think we did all a good job of just trying to focus it. But I mean, I don't know. I was really underwhelmed or overwhelmed. Sorry, overwhelmed of what you actually. I feel like I had too much stuff, and then after like recording, I'm like, I didn't have enough stuff, or I didn't have the right stuff. It's just so hard to like I know this is not going to be like a video podcast or whatever, but I was like, there's like sometimes like when you're the cameraman, you really have to take over somebody else's hunt on some stuff, and you don't want to do that, and like not tell them where to hunt and all that stuff, like, or just like, hey, point that camera at them, or just wear this microphone or something. Like you got to do this. You got to take charge, and I didn't do that. It's just hard sometimes. You're like, I don't want to fuck up their hunt, or hey, do this, and or hey, let me get this shot. And you're like this. With Adam, it's fucking impossible because sorry, I swore, because this I'm walking. I got 400 pounds of gear on me, and this dude's like in the next field over. And I'm like, I'm just trying to get a shot of you walking through the field, bro. Like I can't keep up, dude. So you when you see the Kansas stuff, it's just gonna be all the backup Adam, just backup Adam. I don't have no face shots of Adam because he's just outrunning me. But there's like certain points like that, you're just gonna be like, hey man, I
Slow
want to get this.
down.
I want to get this. You got to chill for a sec. I know you want to be somewhere right now. I know you got to tag. I know that's important. If we want to capture other things like this, like I think, and then after the point, like I don't know, well, this might be a trade secret. Okay, you got the deer. Like we should just do like some B-roll stuff real quick, like get some stuff like to capture on there. But I know I was running and gunning with Eric, so running and slipping or whatever you want to call it. But like with Eric though too, like I know, like
There was
dude,
no B-roll all day.
dude, that was like that was a wild experience, dude. And
Wild. That was one of the best hunts ever, even though
I
there was
know it
video
was.
released. It was awesome.
I mean, it was probably like the most miserable like long sits, dude. Like it was. It was
Well, that was. I didn't think it was miserable at all. That's normal all day.
well, did I have a platform? I can't remember. I did
I
have a
don't know.
platform. Dude, it was just like it wasn't like miserable. It was just like one of them things. Like it was just like
It's a grind.
anticipation, but you're
It was
just
a
like,
long day.
yeah, it was a long day. That's
Boy,
what. Yeah,
it was
You
worth
got to
it,
see
though.
me and Jake drive by you guys like 10 times.
Yeah, you didn't push that deer to us. That's
Yeah.
pretty messed up.
Hey, don't be giving away our secrets. Keep it quiet over there. All right, Brad, do you have any arrows left? Or do you even have an idea of how many arrows you shot at stuff this year? Or are you
You
just
said
like,
tally earlier, and I
Yes.
got nervous because I don't know the answer to that question.
how many kills? We can start with the easy part. How many tags punched?
So I mean, I guess counting that last one, which was
Do we
whatever, we'll
count
call
that?
6.
Okay,
I
6.
mean, okay, we'll go 5 if we don't count the last one.
Okay, that's
Because I didn't
5.
deliver the final blow. I did
All
deliver
right.
2 prior to that, but
So how many arrows launched then? Or because you didn't gun hunt at all this year? You were
no,
wearing
I
orange
didn't
and shooting
take
a
a gun at
bow.
all. Yeah,
You could have had 6 deer if you would have just used a gun, but
I could
gotta try to
have
kill
more
them
than
with
that
it.
if I took a gun.
So
No, I filled 5 tags, and then my wife's little cousin filled that last one jointly.
which was
As
it?
far as
Was that his first deer too?
that was his first year with a bow.
Yeah,
It
well,
was
that's
his first time ever sitting with a bow, first time all that.
Yeah, give that
So-
one to him.
So
Give
that
one to
deer,
him.
he shot first, you shot 2 times,
Twice.
and then he
And then
shot
he
the
shot the
last one.
last time.
Four arrows,
Yeah.
one deer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
40. It
Give it
was
the old
40,
Mapes
43
special.
pounds.
It was small, you know, hard to hit.
Yeah,
for
it was
sure.
little. Like he sat by himself the night before, and he shot this deer. We tracked it. We called my wife and her sister and everybody out and walked around, and we like grid searched for this deer because we thought it was his first deer with a bow. He was confident that it like mule kicked and like, you know, he's like, my front shoulder come up, and it like, yeah, it's couldn't find the arrow, couldn't find the deer. So we come back the next morning, and I sat above him, like I sat in a tree, he was on the ground, and I saw the deer coming up the field. She was like limping. She cut in, and he said he thought the deer was too small to shoot. That's what he said. He's 14 years old. It's first time out of state, all that good stuff. And he said it was too small to shoot. I thought he had drawn. I was looking back at the video. I don't see, but I definitely recommend or recollect him drawing. And he swears he didn't. And his phone goes off. Deer runs out in front of me. So game plan was I shoot the field, he shoots the woods. Deer walks out in front of me. I stopped it, and I was anticipating at this point she's been spooked twice. So she's been spooked from the phone going off, and then spooked from me stopping her. So I held low. I followed the opposite leg up, held low, and when I shot, I ended up shooting her in the opposite front leg. So he had shot her in the back leg the night before. So now she's got 2 legs, and she runs out in front of me, and I drew again. And I'm like, all right, well, she's going to drop. So I aimed she was completely facing away from me, and I aimed just above her back hip, and I shot, and she didn't drop again. And I just absolutely drilled her in the back hip, and then she bedded down. I ended up shooting another deer, and then he climbed up and walked across and ended up putting the last arrow in her. So we let him tag it.
Yeah, first deer right there. Well, he drew first blood, so I guess it's only fair,
yeah,
right?
that was where I was at.
So that was, I think I counted, what was that, 3 arrows on that one set? 3 shots, you just said? Or was that 4
No,
for
2.
you?
That was 2 for on the well,
on
3
the
arrows
one, but 3
yeah.
arrows. So there's 2. We'll put
No,
2
you're right.
misses.
Yeah, 3 arrows.
2 misses on just that one time. How about
the first sit? The first sit, the
Yep.
beautiful miss. I missed 3 times the first sit on 3 different deer.
The skipping miss, right? That was that one. 2, 3. All right.
I think the next time I shot a deer was in Michigan.
Yep, shot the doe. That was 1 shot, 1 kill. Yep.
That was 1 shot, 1 kill. Almost got a second arrow off up there, and then subsequently, I guess the
Adam
third
was
one.
laughing. Adam was laughing too hard, I think, for you to shoot the second time.
No, it was. Anywho, we don't need to talk about that.
USA.
We beat that one to death.
USA.
Oh gosh.
Oh, Michigan, I only let 1 fly in Michigan. I came back home, shot the buck. That was 1 shot. Let's see. I shot a doe not too long after that, and then I missed a doe, same sit.
Okay.
And I think I don't necessarily think I missed again until that point. I shot the button buck after, we're not going to name names, but Jake called me a pussy and said I wouldn't do it, so I shot that one.
Yeah. That one was
I shot
easier to get in your truck than the buck, probably.
Yes. Yeah. Way easier. And then I shot that big doe. That was 1 shot. And I probably shot. We'll just throw 2 more misses on there. We'll just
2 more. Well, stories you haven't told us yet.
No, I don't. I would just say that's probably a good. I don't think I.
Okay, so
I know you hit one that you didn't recover.
Yep.
Well, that was the
1 miss that he's throwing in there.
Did you miss one with the Oneida? Didn't you hunt with that?
No, I never got to shoot with the Oneida. I came really close.
All right. Well, I think we just stop now because Brad's at 8 misses and 5 kill shots. So
yeah, I think that's
he shot his bow 13 times at deer this year. So
yeah,
that was my number for last year.
There you go. So we got, all right. Well, you got 5 of them. So I guess percentage wise, those deer are really unlucky. Those are the shots that killed them. All right, Adam, your turn.
I was 3 for 7.
3 for 7. All right. So 3 kills, 4 misses. And one was a bear, which was pretty
Yep.
cool. You got the mixed bag for the year.
Killed
Congrats
the
on that.
bear. I missed the same buck 3 times
Yep.
in the same sit. And then the debacle with Joe, the buck that I'm looking at, I'm at full draw. It blows out of there. I let down. I'm looking at Joe. My eyes are as big as saucers. And I'm like, I did not want to shoot through the brush. And he's like, draw your bow. Draw your bow. He's right there behind you. So I draw my bow, spin around, deer takes off. I let down, scratch the ground, snort wheeze, blow my grunt tube. Buck comes back and I shoot right over his back. And then
How far was that
killed the
shot?
doe.
Because I watched that footage the other night. How far was that shot?
So I shot for 40 and I think it was 35.
Okay. Oh yeah. Was that using the Alaskan or was that the Zion?
That was Zion.
Okay. Because I was watching that footage and you didn't miss him by very much, did you? Okay. Okay. That's what I was wondering.
But I also didn't range him. So I had ranged a bush that was 35 and he was past the bush. So that's what I thought. That's why I thought he was past that. But I think he was like closer to the bush than I thought.
Gotcha. That makes sense. All right. So, and then you killed in Kansas, and then you killed the bear, and then you killed the doe in the UP. Got the old doe with a bow in the UP. Like it.
Mm-hmm.
And did you do any gun hunting, like any gunshots? Because I know this year you kind of wanted to. I didn't know if you did or not.
So opening morning, I could have taken a shot at a buck, but it was running and it was just like, no. And then I went out and with my daughter, we never saw a deer that we could shoot at. And then I'd gone out by myself and never seen any deer. And it was, I mean, I went up after Thanksgiving to the UP. Well, I went up to the UP after Thanksgiving. It was that big blizzard and it was freaking awful. But then I went up where Brad killed them deer and you missed the button buck and all that stuff. And and Eric was telling me, he was like, man, snow's really deep up there. I don't know if you're going to be able to park. Well, freaking when I got out where we parked, the snow right there by the that like road sign was like drifted up to my nipples. Like it was like up to my waist walking through that field.
Really?
And so I think those deer had nowhere to go. That's why they weren't in there. There was like a handful of tracks through there, but there was nothing. I expected those deer to be in there like milling around. I knew there was food there.
Mm-hmm.
I knew there was bedding, but them deer were somewhere else.
They were in someone's backyard, probably. Where there was some pine trees or something.
Or
that much snow.
Corn
in there.
tree.
Corn tree. Yeah, the bird corn tree. So Eric, you got your tally.
Yeah, I had shot one doe with the bow. I missed a doe during the Patreon hunt with a bow, and then I missed that buck that I ranged and never adjusted my sight for.
That's right.
So
I'm detecting a trend there.
Yes.
One down with the bow, 2 misses, and then I shot another doe with the rifle.
All right, sweet. So you shot your first doe with a bow and your first doe with a gun this year.
Yeah.
That's cool.
All of my kills were on film also.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
Mine were also.
Oh, yeah, nice. So, Eric, what are we counting the string coming off the bow as? Is that a miss?
I don't know
or
if that's a miss or not. I didn't release.
Did you release
No,
an
there was
arrow?
no forward trajectory. I
True,
feel like
the
it's
arrow
like
did just
football
fall
rules.
straight.
Like,
Yeah, okay.
How did it get
like
off
if your
the
arm's
string
coming
then?
back and it's a fumble, if it goes
Didn't the
forward,
arrow
so
have to go forward to get off the string?
Yeah.
Did it go but did it go through the rest or did it come back?
No, it just fell straight down. It never came off the breast.
Oh, that video is so... I'm sorry, Eric.
No,
That
it's
great.
fine.
It's great. We'll put you down for 2 misses and 2 kill shots. I like it. All right, Jake. What's your stats?
Oh, let's see. We had 1 miss, 2 kills.
1 miss, 2 kills. Yeah, because the theme is in Kansas, you got to shoot once, Eric. get your miss out of the way, and then you kill a buck. That's what happened to me 2 years ago. That's what happened to Adam and Jake. So
That's what happened to me in Kansas twice.
Twice. You send, so
Then-
the first brown critter you see at 150 yards, doesn't matter. Just send an arrow, and then the second arrow is going to be the kill shot. You just got to get that one off your chest, right away. So
Maybe
good.
we should count that as a shot then.
Yeah, do it. Just do it.
Yeah. Then I did miss one with a gun.
Oh, that's right. Wilderment too. Like you kind of were like shocked you missed it, right?
Oh, well, I was shocked that you can't shoot through trees. That's
Oh,
what
that's
I was
right.
shocked about.
That's right. There was a lot of trees there that you didn't realize, or did you
Yeah.
realize?
I knew they were there, but I have a gun, so I was like, "Oh, this will work," and it obviously didn't work.
Hey, he ain't shooting, he ain't trying. That's what my grandpa always told me.
Yeah, if you give me a gun, it's
Just gonna send it.
yeah.
Sick.
I was like, "Oh, I can make that work," as I'm sitting on my tree stand, like the base of my tree stand. I was like, "Oh, we can do this." My legs were hanging off like I'm sitting on a swing set. Like,
That's
yeah,
great.
we can do this. No, nope, doesn't work.
That's great.
So it's
What
at
about
2
you,
for
Nate?
4?
So for me, I was 3 misses. I missed with your bow on the button buck at 43 yards, and man, if that bow was just a little faster, I would have got him. It hit perfect. It was just like right where I wanted it to go. I missed a doe in a food plot with Henry. We went a little hang and hunt, and she matrixed me at like 33 yards. And then I missed one with a gun, or I hit one with a gun, but didn't find it on like a doe management hunt New Year's Day. I dropped her and she got away. I don't really know what happened there. So I missed one with a gun, missed 2 with a bow, and then I killed 8 deer. So I got 8 kill shots there. So I'm just kind of tailing these up here. Joe had 1 miss. Brad had 8 misses. So that puts us at 9. Adam had 5 misses. Right? So that's 14. Eric 2. That's 16. Jake
I
2.
only had 4 misses.
4 misses. So 15, 17. We have 18 misses as a crew. And then kill shots. We got 5, 10, 15, 20, 22 kill shots. Dang, not bad. We could probably do a little better on the average next year, but we definitely got some kills in. So
If you're not shooting, you're not trying. Didn't you just
that's
say
my
that?
grandpa's mantra for sure.
We're not conservative with the sending it. Even though I've been told by almost the whole collective here that I should have shot at the one in Kansas, but I was conservative. Eric was conservative too. I would have shot at all the deer that Eric was like. I would have shot right over Joe's head. I'd have turned that sucker sideways, like kill shot, kill
Yes.
shot. I'd have cannoned the bow. I did lots of things.
If I could do it over again, I'd have shot over Joe's head. I'm not gonna
Dude,
lie.
I have full insurance, so whatever would happen after that, we're good, dude.
Oh shoot. So I mean, that's a pretty good year. I mean, for the 6 of us here, I think. I mean, I shot more than I normally do just because of situations with the doe issues and some of the properties I have. But I think realistically, I know like we're working on opportunities to even kill more does. So that number might go up for 2026. Who knows? Brad, what's the arrow situation like, buddy? I mean, you're got to be low on arrows, man.
No, never. I keep a firm stock of arrows. I do need to. I am going to hit Brian up, and it's time to get some more Kanatis. I think I'm down to 5 of those, so it's time to refill. I'm not like somebody else. I'm not going to show up with 2. I like to have a full quiver when I walk in the woods. I need a full quiver when I walk in the woods.
Somebody only had 1.
Somebody
2.
may have tipped him off. Of the rules.
Brian off?
Oh, he knew the rules?
I mean, I was going to show up with 2 anyway.
Friend. Oh, I got you. I got that dirty pool going on back there.
Yeah. I would have showed up with 1 if I had known that.
That's why I didn't tell you.
That's exactly what he said, too.
Uh-huh.
He said Brad will show up with none.
Yeah, you'll wait to go hunting. Yeah.
He'd be like,
What
Joe,
happened
can
to all
you
your
pick me up
arrows?
some-"
What happened to all the arrows that you found at TAC?
Huh? Oh, I shot all those when I shot the bottle rockets. That's what I used for those.
Tack
Oh,
arrows.
right.
Didn't you hear like the 17 misses or whatever he had?
Yeah,
I
dude.
recovered all of those. The only I broke one on a deer. That was it. Everything else was
Really?
recovered.
So that's a testament to those arrows. If you made that many shots and you only lost one or broke one, that's not bad. And they float,
I
thank
was just gonna
God.
say that.
They float. Yeah,
Yeah, that saved you 3 arrows by having them float. So that's awesome.
it did. It did.
It's great.
Did you ever think that the lighted knock caused that problem?
Oh, here we go. I don't even want to get no. Here we go.
Yeah, it almost cost you a deer, Jake.
Yeah.
Good thing it
I
was
would have
cold.
found it.
Good thing it was
I would have
cold.
found it.
You would have found it if you had a lighted knock, and then we would have seen the knock.
I found it the next day. Even
Mm.
better.
Yeah,
And
I don't know about that.
I still smoked them.
You did
Even
smoke 'em.
better.
You
I
did
don't
smoke
know.
'em. Shoot. All right. So
Maybe
before
would've-
what's that, Joe? I feel like you had
No,
something
no.
safe to say.
No, I was just gonna do a shameless plug about broadheads, but
Oh, that was where I was kind of going towards. So
Gonna
go
shoot
with
it,
it.
Shoot the
no,
havocs.
I'm all right.
You're all right. So of all of these situations and kills and our season arrows flung, is there any like takeaways for anyone with like equipment? I know for me, once again, using suppressor for gun hunting is just the bee's knees. I love it. Real happy with that. I cannot believe I took so long to get one. And it sounds like we have a podcast in the pipeline talking about suppressors too, right? Adam, he's down there giving me the up and downs.
Yes, sir.
And that'll be the
Am
Rome
I a felon podcast?
Shoot, one of the first episodes of Rome Shoot. So Brad, what do you have any takeaways for equipment with all this, your experience with flinging
Can I
arrows?
speak for Brad?
Yes, please. I love it when someone talks for him.
Yeah. Brad needs, if anybody's out there listening and you want to go GoFundMe, Brad needs a platform that has an actual
Oh,
attachment
Jesus.
method, like that's not the USA, or he needs a class on how to use the USA and attach it to the
It was
tree.
fine. You put me in the biggest tree I've ever sit in my entire life with the shaggiest,
Both
shittiest
times.
bark.
Both times.
Which both times?
So both times, like you can watch on that video when you shoot the deer, you can see the platform go, and you look at me and go, ooh.
That's fine.
Yeah. So that was the tree that you picked out, and it was just fine. And you killed a deer out of it, but it shifts on you, and you go, "Oh, don't worry about that. That's fine. It just happens that way." So he needs a platform with some sort of attachment method
I
that
do.
is safe.
Dude, I love the USA. That's what I use.
I do too, but that platform.
Maybe you have to have like an IQ over 18
No.
to use it.
Well, I
don't
do
know.
weigh a little bit more than you, Brad. So
No,
maybe I
it's
set it
that
a little better when I step on
the
it.
Predator V platform does not bite as well as many other platforms on the market. It's that foot pad that they put on the top of it is great, but they put like 0 teeth on the back side of it. So it's like big chunky V's instead of like a skinny V that will dig into the tree. So it has a tendency to lean one way or the other because it doesn't just bite in like it should. So if you don't really, really toe cam it over, you don't get it very tight. And that morning I didn't toe cam it as well as I should have.
Well, I've hunted with Brad 2 times in trees right in the same tree or next to each other, and both times it's like this motherfucker's gonna fall off of this platform.
It would be
So,
fine.
Yeah. Well,
Did I die? That's all that
No,
matters.
but-
Did I die? No.
but he's
Deer
always
were
like, I
killed.
need to do this. I need to do that. You need a new platform. Like you need to change your song, man.
All right, Brad, are you going to bring up the new purchase for your equipment going into 2026? Or did you
well,
pull the
I haven't
trigger on it
done
or
it
not?
yet. I have not done it yet. No, we were gonna do it, and then I think I'm gonna wait for the good old fashioned tax return. Old Mac Daddy Trump's gonna give me some extra money with this no tax on overtime this year. So within the next month or so, I will be pulling the trigger on a new Darton. That's the plan, as they say. I was kind of hoping these RX-1 limbs would show up, but after shooting that bow, I think it's the right thing to do. Want to join Eric and Adam and the other guys leaving us in the dust or leaving us hanging, not joining the Darton team, but we won't bring that up.
I don't know.
Somebody big time us,
Jake
with
might
the
be buying
Matthews.
one. Who knows?
big time us with the Matthews.
All right, Joe Davis. Anything for you equipment wise? You feeling pretty good, or camera, anything like that? You want to throw us some zingers, or what do you got going on
He's
for
got
this?
a red on the way. He got a red on the way.
Jeez.
I don't even know how to use this Sony camera. No way I'm switching that. There's some new stuff I gotta pick up. It's mostly gonna be all camera equipment. Probably better action cam and all that. So I need a new camera arm. I don't. There's not a lot of camera arms that can hold like 8 pounds. So I need a good one. And yeah, I don't know.
Fourth
I don't
arrow
know.
is like really like your only solid option, isn't it?
I mean, yeah, there's
Muddy
fourth.
Outfitter.
Yeah,
Jeez.
that thing needs 15
Boy, I
pounds.
missed that.
Yeah, yeah. I think that like the equipment is some of the side, but it'd be like, I don't know. I need to get like a new computer that can process this much stuff and stuff. But I mean, it's probably boring stuff to people, but that people really don't care about. But you know, apparently it costs a lot of money. But
Yeah, it does. There's cameras, all that stuff, a whole new world. Open my eyes to that through this whole thing. I know you made a bow purchase, but is there anything else equipment wise other than the obvious throw a nocturnal or something on the end of your arrow and you'll have a better year?
Nothing. Nothing at all. And I'm not putting lighted knock on the end of my arrow. Did you guys see that TikTok I sent you today?
I have not watched it yet. Did it something
yeah.
blow up or what?
I've ignored it diligently.
Yeah, no, dude, there's no way now.
I have not had a single issue with a knock.
So
don't buy Amazon one, dude.
I think that TikTok that you sent, basically it says like they don't think that you should use lighted knocks, and you definitely shouldn't use the. And I don't know who those guys are. I've seen their podcast before, but I don't know like if they're anybody like what gives them the credibility. They may be super credible. Like I just don't know, but I have seen their podcast. It's good. But anyways, they're saying don't use the Amazon ones. They said they're probably good, but if you shoot your bow a lot and you want to run them through 8 animals or whatever, like you need to replace them. You shouldn't be just using them all the time. And if you're a guy who like doesn't take care of your equipment, like this guy, then you probably shouldn't use them if you're that worried about it. But they did say if you're a guy that checks all of your stuff and you go through it, then it's probably not that bad of an idea. So it's probably not that big of a deal. I mean, you could probably do it for one animal, Jake, but
I could, but I won't.
Definitely not a team player.
Now,
you know what?
you guys that do use lighted knocks, this just got my brain going. Like, I sight my bow in with a normal knock, and then deer season comes around, I throw the lighted knock on there to hunt with them, and I haven't ever had much of a, I guess, I know they weigh more, but does that 8 grains or 6 grain difference affect arrow flight that much? Or maybe
they're like 18.
Yeah, but doesn't a normal knock like 10 though?
No, Jake's talking about the difference. The battery is that, but like there's so much variability. So are you checking like knock fit?
I buy the nocturnal ones. That's all I do.
That's not what I asked.
That's what I'm saying. I just buy whatever ones work for my setup. And I do shoot them. Like when I shoot broadheads, I shoot my broadhead with the lay a knock on the end, and we're good out to 50, 65 yards when I shoot it. And I'd never thought more than that. Like,
yeah, but so like there's like that whole like tolerance thing about like your serving thickness and all of that, and then how they fit on there, the knock pinch, whatever. And then there is the durability. And I forget which ones. So there are some that are out there that have a smaller battery that have like a thicker amount of plastic, but the heavier they are, because they have to have that battery, they have less material. So they're a lot more brittle, generally speaking. And so, especially with like even what they were saying on the clip that Jake had sent, is the higher poundage bows, and especially like the longer arrows, longer draw, high kinetic energy, lots of force. And especially if you were shooting, like say you were shooting at those at a target, like at 20 yards where there's so much energy transfer, there's a chance that they break. And then if they're broken on the string, it's essentially like a dry fire or whatever. There's just so much chance for error.
How do you know, I guess, when you're talking about knock fit? I do remember one time going to the shop and they said, hey, you don't want to use these knocks, you want to use this knock, and they gave me different ones, and those are just ones I'm rocking. How do you know what kind of knock fitment you have by the lighted knocks?
Well,
I guess.
so like you could so I'm trying to think if it's, I'm not sure. I think it's on this bow, but it may be on my trad bow. Like I mic'd the string and then I went through like 3 rivers and I looked for knocks that had that throat. But generally speaking, for like my bow, for my string, I know that the Easton Super 3D knocks are good. So I can just look at the Easton Super 3D knock. I can look at that throat, and then I can look to see like which ones of these have that. So that's how I would look at on a one that was known. But if I was looking at like, if I was just to buy the Ching Chong ones, I don't know what they are, like whatever ones that I shoot, like I put it on there and I want it to like click in, but then I want it to be able to spin around. So I want it just to hang on there, but to be able to move freely.
That's how I would put it in a vise or whatever. Yeah, like you just knock it, and then if you can spin it around freely, it's good. Yeah, but I don't know. That's the thing is like them guys are putting 50 to 100 reps through one lighted knock. No, no, I wouldn't be doing that.
And that's the thing.
I do that all summer. I shoot mine. I shoot the ones that are burnt out, the ones that don't, like the ones that are currently on my arrows. I'll shoot all summer with those. Once I switch back to
a lot.
8 misses,
and then I get brand new ones to start the season.
Yeah, I guess I didn't realize there was that much of a difference. I knew the weight was there, but I never thought about the knock on my serving at all. I never thought about that.
Yeah, and so and then do you have soft knocks too, and then your D loop?
What do you mean by that?
I'm
assuming
knocking points.
Yes, he does.
Like, do you have tied in knocking points?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, so then that's consistency too.
You got to think the first time I ever shot my bow at 100 yards was last year. Like I've never have been a long range. I was shot 50 yards was the farthest I'd ever shoot. So like this whole like trying to be precise with the bow is like a newer thing for me. I mean, I've always shot a lot, but I've never been like, oh, I need to make sure everything's perfect. I just wanted to make sure I could shoot a fixed blade broadhead good to 50 yards. So that was kind of my MO, I think actually, Adam, the first time me and you shot was the first time I ever shot at 80 yards was that time. So I'm definitely kind of behind the game a little bit in some of that stuff. I was a 630 grain arrow guy for years, just like I didn't care. Yeah, I was like, I shot piles of deer from 2018 to 2022. I was using a 630 grain arrow, just slaying stuff.
No way.
So Nate, have you ever shot like with Jake, like and seen like his bow setup and stuff?
Yep.
Yeah. So like his arrows are like built specific. I mean, not that everybody's arrows aren't built specifically, but they're a lot more meticulously put together than mine are.
Correct. Or even mine, I would say, for sure.
So, do you know how I ended up like with me not ever touching lighted knocks? So the whole nocturnals, right, with a 5mm arrow, you can't run the spacers, right? Well, the fit is trash. So now you're using like a Meyer bag, right? Like, and then shoving it in there and then peeling all the plastic around it.
Yep.
And then I talked to a little bird, if you will, a friend of ours that shoots better than 90% of the people I know. And he was like, he's like, I just don't do it. He's like, it's not worth it. Like the chance of it. He's like, you shoot well enough. He says, it's not a big problem,
And I think too, like something just from like paying attention to how Jake shoots or what his setup is, you're kind of like, and Rob's this way too. You guys kind of flirt with like, you're right on the edge, like your arrows, you want the speed and the spine and all that. And I'm sure maybe throwing that little extra weight in the back might have more of an effect on that weight of arrow compared to like a 550 grain arrow or something. Joe's shaking his head like it doesn't make a difference.
Did you have enough FOC on there? I'll carry anything. You can put 50 grains in your back and it will not affect it.
That's not the biggest thing that I would run into is the spine.
Yeah. Okay,
it's not going to reduce.
because it'd make it stiffer actually because of the weight.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Because that's why guys are always talking about, you might as well shoot with your knock on and do all these things, and you should always shoot with your light knocks, and I never have done that. So I didn't know if that
No,
was why or not. Okay.
no, I just stay with the same thing. Like I shoot the same arrows all year long. Well, now I've switched. Like I'm just gonna shoot the expensive ones all year. Like when we go to TAC and everything else, so I don't have to change anything. But like now with the new bow is I'm kind of flirting like on the edge of I should like spine down, but it'll be fine. They tune, so
Mm-hmm.
we'll
Gotcha.
see
And
what
so
happens.
when you say that, Jake, when you say like you don't want to switch anything, like what is your like motivation there? Because like for TAC, I have 2 sets of arrows and I just built them the same weight, the same, like essentially the same FOC, the same build, just with a cheaper arrow. You know what I'm saying? And they fly generally the same, but I don't really care at TAC versus like everything else.
I just wanted to have everything more consistent, like across, to where I'm not like switching arrows. I can just shoot. Like, so once we get done with indoor, right, I can put my 75s back in it and then run it all the way through, you know, through TAC, straight into hunting season. So,
Yeah. Well, like I said, I'll do the same thing, but so that I can run the same tape, but I'll just have a less expensive arrow that shoots the same tape.
yeah, but you miss more than I do.
Yeah,
He
that's
shoots
true.
more than
He
you
does
do,
shoot
though.
more.
Like
Yes.
3 to 15 times more.
I know you shoot mechanicals, but I've never, I guess with mechanicals, I haven't been a while since like severed it, I guess, but like I've never had a tape match from tune arrows to broadhead tuned arrows. They've never matched. I've always had to go up or down.
It's
So
down.
Yeah,
yeah.
down.
Yeah, it's always down for me.
That's what
I
I've
go
had
like
too.
one
was-
Oh,
down.
that's what you just throw
Yeah.
another tape on there. Is that what you do?
Yeah. I mean, it's
Oh,
not like
okay.
it's not a huge difference. You pull one off, put another one on.
Like
Gotcha.
I
Because
don't
the
know,
only
man.
time that so the T2s, the whole reason why like when I made the switch with like the T2s and stuff, because I have 2 sets, like I used the Mega Meats, and then I use the T2s. Well, the Mega Meats I don't have an issue with until you get to like 60.
with windage either or no?
Mm-mm. I have, no, it's because
No,
I have,
dude, those
nah.
I've been using the dead meats for the last 3 years, and you can shoot 100 yards of those things, and they fly the same. Like it
Dude, the
doesn't seem to
T2s
matter.
are like, fuck, I shoot the T2s over 100, and they're
Yeah.
fine.
I don't see it. I mean, yeah, sure.
Aerodynamics.
I don't know.
Man,
I
whatever
just
that
shoot.
means.
I shoot.
I love this
I
group.
shoot devils, so I don't know. But I really broadhead I've ever used is 3 inches to the 3 inches to the right. I feel like every time.
Yeah, I have
put 'em
a
on.
low right drop on most fixed blades I've ever
Are you
shot.
guys wearing both shoes?
Lean in more when you shoot.
Well, Brad's got a problem because he's got a child's draw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He gets there. He killed stuff though. He still kills stuff. So,
Yeah, I can't really talk. So
All right, Eric, what are you doing different gear wise? Any like epiphanies for you for this year going to 26 you want to do different other than
New-
the
new
Darton
glasses?
family? New glasses.
Yeah, the new bow, and I would like to upgrade cameras for next year. No more.
What do you have in
selfie,
mind for a
hopefully.
camera?
Yeah, what are you
I
thinking
have
camera wise?
no idea. Not Joe level, that's for sure.
Like you want to do
Yeah,
like a camera because you're doing the 360 in your phone, right? You want to get a camera.
Yeah, I want to get an actual camera and not have to use my phone because
Nice.
I'm sick of pulling it on and off the mount. That's a pain in the butt. And I don't know, just upgrade. But I have no
Yes.
idea yet what.
So you can go film Adam. You might
Yeah.
as well get a
Yeah.
mirrorless, learn a mirrorless. We can all learn how to do this, and we can all film each other easier. Be perfect. Yep, Jake, talking to you. Jake and Eric, you guys get some mirrorless cameras.
I'll tell you
I'm
what, the
staring at mine.
camera that Jake's got is like awesome. Like If I didn't have
the Lumix.
1,400 cameras, I would buy another one of those. That camera is like the Swiss Army knife of cameras.
Dude,
What
I
camera
love
is
that
that?
camera.
The FZ300, and it was like pretty much Joe Davis approved. It
Yeah.
was,
I just
mean-
don't like that you got to choose between a remote and
Yeah.
yeah.
I love it. It's a great camera because it was free 99.
Free now.
It's got a little
I
JB
stole
weld
mine.
on it.
Mine was basically free 99.
Yeah, I got a free camera too somehow this year. It was like a musical camera chair.
How the
I got a
fuck?
well, I have a camera that used to be Adam's, and then Brad's got a camera that used to be mine, and Brad's responsible for paying Adam. So
And all I did was I'm just a financier.
The
Yeah.
International Bank of Adam is great. In case you guys are wondering, no interest.
Man, no,
Doesn't take how
Yeah.
long you pay back.
really, there's not like a set. Oh man,
no
Brad.
terms or nothing.
No, yeah, he just told me pay me when you can. So
Oh,
like
shoot.
sometime around 2028 is when I'm budgeted to pay him back. So
He just keeps telling me put it on my bill.
yeah, I just got game bags on my bill.
Nice.
Put it on my tab.
Put on tab.
Greenland's
right.
gonna have a cheaper bill than you.
So, Adam, how about you? You got any things going on for that gear wise?
I don't know. I looked at so all that new Latitude stuff, like that new pack. I am so for Eric, when you're talking about the cameras and stuff, I am pretty interested in some of that painted arrow stuff. You know, I like those guys and that like bino harness mount deal. And speaking of that, so if anybody ever listens to this and they have a sewing machine,
And they're still listening is going to be key.
I want someone to make a bino harness that has a way to put a holster behind it. All right. And they're used to, like, I think Everly Stock used to make one. They don't make it anymore. They have a whole bunch of other ones, like the one I got from Jake. Like, you can flag all your buddies. It's great. You can point a gun at everyone around. But I think the easiest way to like make this happen is if you had a regular bino harness with a couple pieces of like molly webbing across the back that had some rigidity in it. So you could use your own inner waistband holster and just clip it in behind you.
Mm-hmm.
So you could take any holster that you already own and just put it behind that webbing. And then you could
Good
adjust the
idea.
angle so you could pick the pistol up. Like, it seems like the easiest design ever, just with a couple of stitches. Like, that's all I want.
So you
Why
need
don't
to
you
hit
ask-
up Amish Ben, see if you can be
Yeah.
the
Oh yeah, that's a
proprietor
good
of
idea.
that.
I'd be interested in one of them too.
So you're
Yeah,
saying
no,
like
I
an
mean-
in the waist holster, like a normal in the waist holster would fit there, or right? Because you have the clip on the outside, like it'd go on your pants, and then you could just slide it right in between. Yeah, I see that. I would be down with that because that's why I haven't bought one for mine yet. Because I'm like, I don't want my gun just like you said, like, oh hey,
Yeah.
here we go.
And they sell the like molly plates and stuff on the back, like that you can put on the back. But every one that's like that is like $100 plus, and it's like molded just for one pistol. So like you're like, oh, I got my Glock 19 or like whatever, but you have to have that one. So like, maybe I don't want to carry that one today. Maybe I want to carry this one. Maybe I bought it for this one and now that one's too big, so I don't want to carry that one. I want to carry something smaller. Well, now I'm going to spend another $150 on a different plate. Like, you know, it seems like there has to be a way to just put your holster or any holster that you have, just clip it to the back of your bino harness.
Yeah, and then
That
you can
seems
get
yes.
out. Yeah, that'd be nice actually. And then you'd feel if it's there the whole time because it'd be pressed against you, and you'd know instantly if it wasn't or if anything happened. Well, I do think you're missing a very important piece of the puzzle here. We have to hold a vigil for your Zion, like your Tech Zion.
So you don't even you don't even want to know. You don't even.
What do you mean?
Want to know? Like, I'm gonna do like a video about this because I think the bow that I got is cursed.
The new bow?
I agree.
I think it's cursed.
It's got
I'm
problems.
sorry, what'd you say? You said
think-
discounted?
So the Alaskan is cursed, and now this one's
Put it on
cursed.
his
So yeah.
I didn't.
Boy, I love it when
I
Adam
shot your
hates
bow.
new
I've shot
equipment.
your bow one time. There's no way I cursed it. No way.
I forgot you fucking touched
I
it.
did shoot it one
Oh,
time at the
damn, Adam.
range. I might be the problem.
Yeah. So
What did you do?
I shot it too, so
What did you
could have
do to
cursed
it?
no. So I'll go into the whole story. You want the long form?
I am like super curious. So yes, I want to know what's going on. This is a BS episode. We're trying to get everyone to know who we all are. I would love the whole saga of the world's worst bow hunter. What he's got going on with his new bow. I would love to hear it. Yes.
Yeah. So
And if Joe, if you want to start falling asleep with your eyes or talk with your eyes closed, you can anytime. Feel
This is
free. I know
way
you gotta-
past my bedtime,
I know
guys.
if you got to get up. You got to get up early. You can
Hey,
can sign
Joe,
off anytime, Joe.
they make these things, they got like the stuff in it. It's called caffeine.
Never touch this stuff.
Yeah. Well, you never touched alcohol either, but I hear you like it now.
I think Joe is Amish.
But anyway, so I had this carbon Zion for freaking damn near 8 years. I have no idea how old this bow is. 6 years, 8. I don't know. I shot thousands of arrows through it. And so I'm like, oh, maybe I'll get a new bow, blah, blah, blah. So I've decided, last year, Greg Litzinger is like, you got to shoot the new Dartons, blah, blah, blah. Shoot one at TAC, like it. It's great. So I start looking into them. And so last year's models are pretty cheap. I can get one of last year's flagship models pretty cheap. I find one. Well, so then I start looking into them. So I'm looking at Archery Talk. I'm reading all about them. I'm on the Facebook forum. And I'm looking at like any issues with them or anything like this. And there's like problems with the limbs. And there's like, oh, problems with the limbs. So I'm like, I put a post out on Facebook. I put a post on Archery Talk. I'm like, so what's the deal with the limb issues? And they're like, oh, it's just a small batch of limbs. It's not a big deal. Like, oh, they've got that figured out. Like, I've sold 1 million of them. I haven't had any limbs come back, yada, yada, yada. So I take it as a non-issue. So I'm like, okay, I'll take that for what it's worth. Lots of people have these. They love them, blah, blah, blah. No issue. So I find one. I go on eBay. I find one. It comes with all this extra shit. So it was way worth it. I mean, I've got a $200 set of brand new 300 spine arrow shafts, came with a Conquest quiver, like a bunch of extra stuff for it was like $700. So it was like $700. I was going to say to my door, but the bow was lost for like fucking a week and a half. So I didn't even know if I was going to get the bow. So that sucked. I get it home. If it shows up, it finally shows up like a year later. And then I get it. I got to wait for John because he's doing a whole bunch of stuff. So you get the modules adjusted. And I look this bow over, and in the meantime, I get all my stuff ordered for it. So I get my rest. And of course, I get a fucking rest from Lancaster. They only send me one of the fucking bolts to put it together. So I put it together with the one bolt, and I think I'm just going to go get one from ATA because Hamsky's going to be there. And we've done that before with Carter and other stuff. They're like, oh, yeah, just take one of these, da-da-da. Of course not. You got to fucking call them. So I'm like, God damn it. So whatever. But I'm shooting this bow, and I'm getting it set up, and got it, paper tuned-ish, good enough. And didn't, put it on the draw board or anything because I ordered a new string for it. But John didn't have time to put it on. So I'm like, well, I'll just shoot it indoors with this string on it. And John's like, the string actually looks pretty good. The guy that I got it from was like, I didn't shoot it that much. It came with everything. It did not come with the extra set of string stops for the different let-offs. So I ordered a set of aftermarket ones to change the draw, change the let-off, stuff like that, because I was going to try and get that set up. And I'm shooting it, and man, the thing just wants to take off. And I look at the modules that came with it. So I take them out of the package. I look at one and it says speed on it. So I just put it back in there. So I'm like, it must have the comfort ones on there. So I get a new site, ordered a new site. Well, of course I got the wrong site. So I had to send that back, get another site. So I finally get that set up, get the fucking thing set up. I look at the modules. Well, it's got one of each fucking module on it. It's got a speed one on the top and the comfort one on the bottom. So I'm like, what the fuck is going on with this goddamn bow? So I swap the modules out, I paper tune this thing. I get my tape all set up. I shoot absolutely. Nope, I did not. Before I put my sight on, I had my old sight on it still. I shot absolutely lights out. Just shot incredible for the first 6 shots. And then I shot the worst I've ever shot. Target panic, just fucking terrible. It's just awful. So I get my new sight. I go to the club. I shoot. Figure out what I'm doing wrong. I'm looking at the pin. I'm not looking at the target. So I started looking at the target, letting the pin float, shooting. Well, when Jake and I were there, set it up the first time, put it on the thing. It was 69 point something pounds and 85% let off, whatever. So go there after I get that set up with Frank, new site. So I get that all set up. I'm shooting it. I put it back. It's 65 pounds and 80% let off. So I'm like, that's weird. Bring it to the club yesterday. And mind you, I set up the rest and everything. So it's a limb-driven rest. So I had to tie the string on the limbs. So I obviously looked at the limbs when it was like that. Yesterday, I pull it out of the case. And I'm like, man, I haven't looked at these limbs. I should probably check it. The fucking bottom limb is delamming and the top limb is delamming. So I'm like, God damn it. So it's like, this bow is just like cursed. Shoots good. So one of the kids that shoots there, his brother works at the pro shop at Grand Valley. And he had a Darton that was 80 pounds. And he had the same thing happen last year. And what he thinks is that it's those, like, the pegs that go in on the limbs that they use to adjust the cam lean, because it's on both of those limbs. So I don't know, but they'll warranty it. Like it's like kind of like a known issue or whatever. But it's like, motherfucker. So there's that.
Like what? Like I don't understand how that many things can go wrong with one system. So are you gonna what's the plan moving forward with that bow?
Well, I got to get different limbs for it, and then I'll shoot it and see what happens. I mean, that I'm just pretty quite indifferent. So maybe I'll find something else. I don't know, but I'll just keep shooting it. No matter. That would be the last thing. Like if you ever see me shooting a Matthews, like it's either somebody else's or I'm on drugs. Like there's something really wrong.
Get on drugs.
And for anybody who has just picked this up and they don't know me at all, like, have nothing against anybody that shoots Matthews. I'm sure they're great bows, like whatever, but I just think it's like forever has been like a very pretentious thing. And I like to thumb my nose at everything. Like I would rather shoot a fucking Celinda bow than a Matthews.
So,
like
dude, I'm with you there because I talk the most shit about Matthews bows. Like you were never gonna see me because I always called them "so do I" bows because everybody's like, "Oh, I shoot a Matthews, so do I." And then I shot that new one and I was like, "Shit, I should probably give it a fair shake."
Me and Adam don't really agree on much, and I agree on your Matthews take. I've felt the same way for a long time, and I have tried to, go into it with an open mind and shoot a Matthews, and I just don't see it. I don't feel it. It's just not a bow that fits me. But I watched Jake shoot it, and Jake, you kind of fit that stereotype of Matthews guys. So I mean, I'm surprised.
Yeah, like lanky, just
kind of westy,
weird looking. Looks like he would hold one in his mouth with a swing one down.
Yeah. So
you got that matching Bomar tattoo.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, I just
keeps hammering.
Literally, I just listened to
Keep
the
trying.
like Matthews, MFJJ, like the Podium Archer podcast, and like I can listen to Joel Maxfield talk all day. Like I respect like where they came from. Like I love like all the stories, the people that are behind it, like all of that stuff. But like I think Brandon McDonald said it. It's like they're a marketing company that makes bows, and like it's like shooting a fucking Yeti. Like it's not like it's just it's just not for me.
Do you think you'd have the limb issues though if you just went with a Matthews? Oh
I don't know.
wait,
They
had
had
the worst
they had,
limb
you had,
issues
they had
with
limb
that,
issues
dude.
with
they
the
did. I know, I was being funny.
yeah.
Oh.
Well, do some research before you start making jokes.
Yeah.
Dude, I knew they had a limb issue. That's why I was saying that. Because, all those guys, you should have got a Matthews to the dart end. You're slamming it, but they all went through the same thing a couple years ago.
No, and I mean, like, what was it, like 4 or 5 years ago where they had the Bowtechs that were just like folded in half? Like, I mean, it's like, you try something new, it's gonna happen. And the funniest part about it is the Bowtech that I have right now, the one I was shooting yesterday, has like a little chip D-lam, but the frickin' limb is like 3/4 of an inch thick. And I've shot 1,500 arrows since I noticed it, and I dropped it on a rock in Tennessee and chipped the limb even more. And it's like, well, it'll be fine. Like that bow, I have no concerns about. But this bow, in the frickin' 30 days that I've owned it, or 60 days that I've owned it, went from the limbs were fine till they're not. And I have only shot it maybe a couple hundred times. So
it just goes to show any kind of equipment that Adam says he likes, it's been put through the ringer. And if it can survive Adam Miller, it's a good bow it's a good bow, good equipment, good anything, because it gets put through the ringer.
you want to know what's really funny is I was thinking about that every time. So every time that I walk down here into the studio is like, I have those bear bows sitting over there. And like when we did that podcast and that like little like comparison between the lift and that paradigm, and we were talking about like the fit and finish of those bear bows and like actually talking about the limbs, there were so many people that like jumped on and were like commenting on like the little YouTube thing when I did like the first impressions, like talking about like the fit and finish, and like about how the limbs, like the texture and just how they just don't seem like finished. They just seem real cheap. And they're like, those limbs, that design's been around forever. They just keep using the same design and like they never break, they never do anything. And like it seems quite ironic that like those bows get such a bad rap, but they're probably indestructible, and here we are fucking around with all this other stuff,
You just got to get one with an 80-pound limb, so it's a little bit more speed, and I could probably shoot one.
No, I'm talking about a different one. I have 2 other bear bows out here on my way in here.
Oh, and you guys did the
yeah,
shoot.
I have a 70-pound
That's right.
paradigm there.
John shot it really well at TAC, right?
Yeah,
That
and the
was that bow.
only reason that I haven't shot that or I haven't messed around with it is because I don't really want to have to mess around with it again, because it's very likely that it's probably one of only 10 sets of like the $200 or $300 ABB strings that they've ever made for that $600 bow, that have that like extra coating on it for the 9 million shots or whatever, but that actually mics out bigger. And so it doesn't really fit in the cam track very well. So every time you draw it back, there's a click in the top cam because it just slides over, and it's very unnerving. So I don't want to have to like just order a different set of cables just to get rid of that click. Because I'm sure that it's fine, but I also don't like it.
It's like a clicker on a recurve for you. Maybe that's what you need to not have target panic. You're at full draw. Click, they're ready to go.
No, what I need is I just need to get in the basement and do some reps. Like when I start shooting. So the hinge, the funniest part about that is the first time that I shot the hinge this year, I shot center of center on the X at 20 yards. And then after that, I was all over the place because at the first time I didn't know when it was going to go off. I had no idea where it was going to go off. And you're right. It is so absolutely cold that I'm like all the way, like have to over rotate to make it go off. I need to adjust it, and I just haven't had time to play around with it.
So do you still shoot it with a click? Oh, just take the click out then.
Yeah, but even so, I'd still need to make it I need to make it hotter, because if there was no click and I was all the way like back here, I'd be freaking the fuck out.
Yeah. Dude, the one thing I've noticed about the bears though is like you can compare a bear to a Modelo bottle because they don't break.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's great. Shoot.
Brad's not even paying attention.
Yeah, he's just busy looking at his phone over there.
Look, I got the hiccups and I'm fucking trying to not die over here.
Did you hear my plug about the Modelo bottles though?
No, I didn't.
Oh, good Lord.
He was in
It's
his
not
own
even
world.
funny.
It's fine. He just
It's
missed
not
it.
even
I like
funny.
Joe down here. Look at Joe. Looks like he's
Joe's
gonna
tired.
die right now.
Joe's tired.
He needs to go to bed.
Yeah, he's tired. He's muted and he's trying to talk.
He's
so it's
muted
really
and he's
funny.
just
Yeah,
talking.
what a dipshit.
Yeah, you muted yourself, Joe. Come on.
Dumbass.
Yeah. Sorry.
Didn't want to hear him snoring.
Yeah, I sleep apnea. Killing me.
Did you
Did
say
you get your
sleep
machine yet?
apnea? You get acne in your sleep? Is that what you
Yeah,
said?
sleep apnea.
Oh gosh. Well, hey, we are getting close to Joe's bedtime. Actually, we're way past Joe and Eric's bedtime, but I do want to kind of do like I don't know if it's a pat on the back or anything like that, but in this Roam Hunt podcast, Brad's over there hiccuping. Us guys have had this friendship, and we have a text thread that goes on, and we communicate a lot. There's a lot of effort that goes on behind the scenes, and part of the reason wanting to do the Roam podcast was, the Roam Hunt was to have you guys on more and be able to like continue to build our, reputation or learn how each of us are individuals, because all of us hunt so different. We all have our own kind of way of doing things. We got the world's worst bow hunter down there. We got a guy that's like, I'll shoot any button buck that walks by. I'm putting meat in the freezer. Got me and Joe are kind of the private land life, must be nice kind of life some days. And it's a really good blend. I've learned a
Joe
lot.
even hunt anymore?
No.
He's probably the most selfless guy on the team. That's all I gotta say. He was willing to go film you guys in Kansas with no tag in his pocket with limited free time. So, we'll give Joe his little credentials there. But no, I just wanted to bring that up, just like let guys know that we're going to be doing more podcasts and following each other along, like hunt updates once we start hunting. Hopefully we get to do some stuff throughout the summer. TAC is going to be a blast. And I went for the first time last year and had a lot of fun doing that. And there'll be some episodes around that too. But before we sign off, I did want to I know Joe's got a pretty cool hunt coming up for next year, and hopefully I get to go to Kansas and do some bow hunting. Unfortunately, I don't know if Brad even bought a point last year or not, so I might be going to Kansas by myself. But I know Joe's got the mythical state of Iowa on the radar.
Yeah. Pretty nervous. I don't know what to do. I don't know. Me and Adam said he might come with me. I don't know yet. So
What do you mean might come with you?
I don't know.
I said when you weren't even there, I said I'm not gonna hunt next year. I'm gonna film Joe. And that's it. I mean,
It's gonna be a boring time. Yeah.
Whatever. You can be mean to me just like I was mean to you.
Yeah. Well, it's gonna be awesome. You're gonna get some beautiful shots because you're gonna still outwalk me. So
I'm gonna be like, hurry the fuck up.
So, yeah, dude, yeah, Iowa. I don't know, like it's probably gonna be like my first like out of state like super hunt I want to do, and I don't know if I should have restrictions on the size, but I feel like if I hang out with that, that might go out the window. So
Look, I'm just saying, if you go out to Iowa and you shoot a spike on the first day, that would make the perfect YouTube video. You want to make a wave in the industry? Take a 6-year draw tag and shoot a spike first opening morning. We'd have all
Half
the
rack.
views.
Shoot a half
Yeah.
rack Forky.
We'd have
Yeah.
people blowing up the comments, man. We'd have algorithm like that.
My tag, my hunt.
yeah, what did
Iowa
it say?
2026.
Don't pass something on the first day. You would love to shoot on the last.
We are missing out on a key component to your Iowa hunt, though, is you got to get that doctor's note going so you can use a crossbow.
Do you need a permission in Iowa for
Yeah,
that?
yeah. I think if you have a doctor's note, you can
You think
use a crossbow.
was it
If you
hypertension?
can you
Is
just they them
hypertension
it and
Stress and hypertension count? I don't know.
hypertension good enough for crossbows?
I think if Joe just walked in the doctor's office and was like, "Hey, man, I think I want to shoot a crossbow," they'd be like, "Yeah, no, yeah, you can have a note,
Dude, sleep
it's fine."
apnea. Sleep apnea would get you a crossbow, probably. There you go.
Well, we have a doctor in the group. Can you just write me a note? He lost his wiener. He has to shoot a crossbow. Don't ask him how he lost it.
I think if you just walked in as a full, healthy man and said, "Hey, doc, I need a note that says I can shoot a crossbow," he would immediately think you have some type of mental disorder or like low testosterone or whatever, and he would give you a script for it.
I think he
Yeah.
would refer you to a gynecologist.
Yeah.
And there goes the one crossbow follower we had.
Yeah.
Moving on.
So, Brad, did you draw or apply for a point for Kansas, or are you rocking no points?
I'm rocking no points.
Oh,
I
dude.
suck.
Dude, so does that mean I'm going to go
Don't
Kansas?
dude me.
I'm going to go Kansas by myself?
No, I don't want to hear nothing. Okay? Because we had plans and you big timed me and not even
All
talk
you had
about
to
it.
do is buy a point.
All you had to do was
say
not
no
big
to
time me.
Say no to the opportunity that you would not have said no to.
Yeah,
What,
you would
hunting
have
with
came and
Rob?
hung out with me.
No, going with AB.
Aaron.
I went to Iowa. Hey, that's a great place to go. You should go there, Joe.
Where
I went in Iowa with Aaron.
You can't say it on the podcast.
Yeah, I can. It was private
You
land.
can't say
It
where.
was Iowa.
you
It was
think I can
Iowa.
afford that? What do you
Dude, I know
Dude,
the
we're in a
owners.
recession. I didn't buy silver 10 years ago.
Oh, shoot. We could all pool for you. We can start a GoFundMe for Joe's Iowa hunt.
Oh my God, dude, that'd be the best GoFundMe. I mean, there's dumber things like people grabbing flashbangs that are getting a lot more money than I ever make. But
you could
that's
try
besides
that.
the point.
Then you definitely get a crossbow.
You would get a crossbow too, yeah.
Fuck it.
Killed two birds with one stone.
Oh gosh. So we got Joe going to Iowa with Stumpy hand. We got me, hopefully Kansas. Adam, what are your do you have? I know you're gonna tag along with Joe, and I heard a rumor on the street you might apply for an Iowa tag too.
That's my plan. I said if I'm gonna drive through a place in Iowa that I can hunt, I might as well catch it on the way back. And it's not as far as everything else. And I have a pretty liberal schedule. So there's a chance that I could make a second trip if I needed to. And I kind of ran into a pretty good deal when we were at ATA with some connections that I had. So I may have a place to stay out there in the unit that I can draw. Much like Joe, I mean, so if we're talking about Iowa, much like when we were talking about Kansas, like I don't know dick about Iowa. I couldn't tell you which is like a good place or a bad place or like whatever. I just think like the whole state of Iowa is the greatest place in the world to hunt. So what is one unit better than the other unit? Who cares? So I'm sure that I can go in there and find a 110-inch buck that I want to shoot. I don't think it's going to be that hard.
So shoot one arrow first, and then you'll get one for sure. You'll be good. Yeah. Sacrificial arrow.
But other than that, I mean, I've considered hunting Wisconsin, so that would be like the next thing on my list, or one of the other ones that opens early. And I've been looking at like even. It's not going to happen this year, and it's probably not going to happen in the next couple years. But I want to figure out like where I can hunt an antelope, because that's on my like short list of things to do like late summer, like before it gets into whitetail season, to go. I don't want to go sit in a tent over a water hole. I want to go be miserable chasing them around. I want like the really, really sucky, hot rattlesnake, terrible experience, but something like that.
Yeah, it'd be a lot of fun. I mean, I saw way more antelope than mule deer when I was hunting in Wyoming. So,
I
but
can't wait to see the video.
the video,
Yeah,
dude.
the footage on that ought to be
if I didn't
amazing.
have some technical difficulties, like the struggle of bringing it, the struggle of having charged batteries and
Yeah, and
all
your
that,
truck broke down on the way home. So how would you going to get your
Yeah,
camera?
and your
while you were hunting?
phone didn't work with the camera on it.
I
Yeah,
didn't even.
it definitely didn't send us text
I got a very
messages.
small footage of phone scope. That's about it. I got like 4 pictures, so it'll be good. It's good. So Eric, are you doing anything? You went to Kansas twice. You went 2 trips, so like going out of state
Right.
is not a new thing for you. Do you have any states kind of on the docket or thought for the fall?
We were talking about Jake, me, Jake's dad, and Brad putting in for a group in Kansas. And then if we draw, we'll go there. If not, I have no idea what we're going to do. But at least that way we'd have a point for the following year, too.
Yeah. What about Brad? You should maybe think about having Brad do that with you too.
It's like he just said my name.
I feel like he just
while
said that.
You were, yeah. Are you
Yeah.
not paying
I
attention?
thought it was a different Brad. I didn't know that you'd be included in that. I thought there was someone else.
Wow.
Is there an echo in here?
No, they include Brad in their plans, and when they say it, they mean it.
Yeah, I'm not getting big time.
Dude, I filmed your
by
brother
Eric.
shooting a doe in Michigan. I feel like I got a little bit of rain check for this year.
So
I was a
still
guide
it's
for
not
him.
Brad.
Yeah, no,
Still, you
wow.
didn't
It's
you
weird
didn't
that
include
that's not-
Brad.
Have you
That's my brother.
listened
No one
to
else wanted to
anything he
deal
has
with
said
your
about his
brother. No one else wanted to deal with your brother, so I got stuck with him. So I feel like I gained some brownie points for that. I did get some good
I
dirt
don't
on.
even
I
wanna
got
deal
some
with my
good dirt.
brother.
I got some
Shit.
good dirt on Brad though. It was totally worth it.
I don't know. It's probably not good dirt. It's probably like what he thinks is good dirt, but he'd be like, one time he didn't make his bed.
Oh shoot!
Brad, did you do what we told you to do to his car that day?
Yeah. I drew. Well, no, you guys told me to slash his tires. I drew a big dick on the back of
No,
it.
I didn't tell you to slash his tires. I told you to lay something on his windshield for him.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't do that. No, I just drew a giant dick on the back of it. He had no idea. I told him about it 3 days later.
Oh, that's great. So we got some plans for the year. I think if we get 2 Iowa kills, it should be easy. From Adam's perspective, it's like, I'm just shooting 110 Iowa. That should be like a 13-hour endeavor. And Kansas, I'm surprised it took you as long as it did to kill something in Kansas this year. So, you should have no problem in Iowa.
Yeah, if I had a spotter that was worth a shit, I'd have been done the first day.
Oh, I love it. Love it. So, well, hey, anything else you guys want to talk about before we sign off? I can't believe it's been as long as it has already of just mumbling around and talking about stuff. But hopefully people get the envisionment of this ragtag group of guys we are and go off the rails and have a good time. Anything. Joe, Jake, anyone, nothing. You don't want to sign off on anything. Brad, you got to have something you want to say.
No, I think I'm good. Good. Wait, I got pizza upstairs, so I'm pretty excited about that.
Pizza's good.
Is it
Pizza's good.
delivery?
Oh, it's DiGiorno. No, it's still.
Joe, any words of wisdom, Joe? I know you're super tired. You got anything for the people?
Yeah,
Your
man.
thing says wizard. Give us a nugget, man.
So the whole system is an elevator, but the thing you get in is a car.
That's
Yeah.
correct. If anybody
Yeah.
was wondering, and
And this one's a 300. I think it's a 300. Hold on, let me look when we get inside.
No, I listened to it. You gotta listen to it.
Oh shit! Put his ear to the ground like he was navigating like a Native American.
You probably know stuff. You guys were talking all your doctor stuff and all that. No,
Well, that's because you didn't understand what blood pressure or how it works.
Yeah, your body's a bottle, a water bottle, Joe.
see, I didn't know that. Yeah, man, I'm excited for this year. We got a lot of things in the docket, filming wise, even like stuff outside of hunting in a sense. But in the hunting outdoor world, big pushes on some on like the DNR side and all that. That's gonna be fun for a lot of us Michigan guys, kind of covering that side, and it's kind of cool that we're gonna have basically everything covered of just podcast, video, and all this of the future coming up. So I'm excited. We're gonna be busy, but it's gonna be fun.
Awesome. Agreed. Eric, what do you got for us, mister? Unmute yourself, man. Come on.
I'm trying. It's first time. I don't have much. I'm looking forward to doing some shed hunting soon if this weather ever breaks, and hopefully doing some spring fishing. on the river.
Jake, Mustache Man, what do you got for us there, mister? You I feel like you have some friends that need to meet their demise going into 2026 in the whitetail variety. You've made some history, as I like to hunt deers with history. Adam makes fun of me for, but you got some storylines going into 2026.
I don't know if you'd call them storylines, but I mean, I got deer that are still alive, so
Story?
I mean, they gotta die.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, no. I'm just waiting for the snow to stop.
Yeah. Get in the woods, start scouting.
Yeah, so I can stop working. I want to go back to just not doing anything.
Hey, you got your wintertime work for the city. You got to be plowing, getting that OT, buddy.
Yeah,
It
I'll
would
be
be
slaving
so
here come next week.
city of you get of a guy saying, "Oh, I don't want to work."
I don't want to be
You
there.
guys work 25% of the time.
No. This time of year, I work like all the time. The rest of the year, I don't work at all.
All right, Adam. What do you got? What do you got for us? Closing thoughts, anything like that? Going out of here.
Nothing, man. I'm just, like I said before, like this is putting this, you could say, like ragtag bunch or like whatever. I've had this conversation with a lot of different people about like, this group of people or like what we're trying to do here. And we got, some differing personalities. We definitely have different hunting styles but we don't really have any egos. I mean, I think we have the right group of people and we're working towards we have the right mindset. We're just working towards like a collective vision of like trying to see what this thing looks like. And so it's a lot of fun. If nothing else comes of like, if we can't figure out how to run a fucking camera, we're still having fun trying to figure it out. And if I get to hunt with you guys more and laugh and bust Joe's balls and all that kind of stuff, like I'm all for it. That's what it's about. Like, is being able to do that. And again, like I said, like being able to show what we're doing, and not like, just showing the fun that we're having. That's what it's about. And I think if we can continue to be able to get that across through whatever we're putting out, then I think that that's a success in and of itself. So, and I think that we have the right guys to do it with the right mindset. And that's what I'm looking forward to, is doing a better job and doing more of that.
Yeah, I mean, the cool thing about this is it's so new for us, and we're, trying to, develop whatever our niche is, or our, like Joe talked about, like what do we want our channel to look like, or what do we want our social media pages to be like. But ultimately it comes down to just being, like the acronym for Rome is, real, opportunistic, adventure, and mindset. Like that's just what we want to have in our seasons and our friendships and our time. Like just be as real as we can. If the opportunity arises to kill a big buck, we'll kill it. But also, if that Michigan 11 pointer comes out, it might meet, or in my case, first public land buck being a button buck, I'll send an arrow. Just continue to do that and show that through the lens, or show that through podcasting, however we can do it. And I know that the impact that you've had on a lot of people's lives, we all have had on new hunters or adult onset hunters, or getting guys into it, or getting guys, to go travel to a different state for the first time, is out there. And we might not even realize it, but I really like that part of it. Like we can show that, like being like looking forward to spend time with a group of buddies, like at TAC. Like it's months away and I'm already like, man, I'm just looking forward to it. Like I just hope I can be there all 3 days. Like that's just what I'm, thinking of. So hopefully that comes across good on this episode. And I appreciate all you guys. I appreciate you busting my balls as much as you do, and putting up with all the stuff that we do. It's good. It's a good friendship. And for the listeners, thank you for finding this. Thank you for clicking on this podcast and listening to them. Thank you for supporting the other ones that we have on the feed. Please check us out on the social medias. Roam Hunt is our biggest one right now on Facebook and Instagram. There'll be a couple other ones popping up too. You can check out our YouTube, Roam Syndicate. There's some videos on there if you want to see some mishaps. I think there's a pretty funny clip of Adam eating crap. Still laugh when I look at that clip every time. Jake's on there. All the guys. I mean, Brad, I don't know, Brad. I feel like all these shots, I just was counting, there's 13 shots or whatever you're at. I don't know if there's 13 videos yet, so we'll look forward to hopefully seeing some more stuff in the future. But anyways, that's it, guys. Thank you very much. You know what to do. Get out there this week, and I'll catch you guys next week.